Hey, Myles here. It's another Monday, so it's another dry fire session, and we're going to continue talking about stance. But this time, we're going to talk about how your stance lends itself to establishing your natural point of aim, which is huge for shooting fast and accurately. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back. The past few weeks we've been talking about stance and primarily the purpose of recoil management, using our stance with our body, forward center of gravity, and relaxed arms to battle recoil. But the stance has three other main purposes. One is mobility, second is stability, we talked about recoil management, and the fourth is to establish your natural point of aim, which is huge. So this is something that you absolutely need to understand if you want to shoot fast and accurately so that you're not always having to wait for your sights or that perfect sight picture with your red dot. But before we get to the content, I want to thank Dry Fire Mag for sponsoring today's video. If you notice, this is something I'm using in all of our dry fire sessions. It is an extremely important product out there for dry fire. This is something for beginners as well as advanced shooters. It allows you to use your pistol and take shots without racking the slide. So you're potentially getting rid of bad muscle memory, as well as it's going to allow you to have the really good feel of your trigger, have that reset, and you can practice different trigger manipulations like reset and prepping, right, which we've discussed heavily in this series, which is extremely important as well. One of the most common trigger manipulations out there. So I highly recommend picking up a dry fire mag. Check them out at the link below or the link up here. And if you use the code TACHYVE, you can get $10 off your order. All right, so let's talk about natural point of aim. This is something we covered in a previous video, so rather than cover the entire thing, redo the entire video, we're going to share segments of that video in this video. I hope you guys like the content. It's going to help you develop a deeper understanding of the stance. And after that segment, I'll circle back to you guys with a little recap in the outro. Before I dive into the content, I want to demonstrate how powerful this is. I have a target about 15 yards away. I'm going to run 7 yards away from that target. I am going to stop myself, look at what I want to hit. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to take 2 shots. And what I want to demonstrate is that you can hit that target not by aiming with your eyes, but aiming with your body. So check it out. All right, that was a quick demonstration to show you that you can aim with your body. You don't necessarily need your eyes to aim for you. And this was at 7 yards, me running in 2 shots without looking, and you'll see the right center mass. These would be good combat effective hits in a real self-defense scenario or situation. So natural point of aim is something that is extremely important to learn. And in my travels, learning and learning from different instructors, a lot of people do talk about it, but not a lot of people actually teach you how to establish it. It's kind of like this mysterious thing in shooting, but no one is able to distill it, really into fine details. Probably one of the only groups that I know that have really been able to do that is Tackle Performance Center, and you've seen Rawson, my friend Rawson, in a number of our videos. So what I want to do is teach you how to find it in a very simple way. There's a lot of different ways to do this. I'm going to show you one quick way to do this so that you can get combat effective hits. So what is natural point of aim? Natural point of aim is exactly what it sounds like. It is where your body wants to aim naturally without you even looking. It's exactly what I did here. I ran up to a position, I looked at where I wanted to hit, I closed my eyes, and my body just did all the aiming for me. And this is so important because in real life encounters, this is also 7 yards. So this is, typical civilian encounters are about 3 to 7 yards based on stats. And this is something where if you've done a lot of force and force training, and you may have heard a lot of people who have been in gunfights and firefights, in many different contexts when things are up close and personal and you don't have the time and space to really move, like you're surprised by a threat, you may not have the opportunity to aim or see your sights or your red dot, no matter what anyone says. And there's a kind of a joke that, if ever you get into shooting and you really don't see your sights, because in reality, if you're surprised, you're probably not going to see anything. That to the law, you always say that you see your sights though, right? You never want to say that you just shot blindly. But the reality is you're probably not. Something surprises you, you're just gonna aim and fire. right? Particularly if you're not really trained very well or you don't have extensive training. So natural point of aim is going to allow you to shoot where your body wants to naturally shoot. And so I'm going to give you one way to find your natural point of aim. And the key distinction between this video and a lot of other videos is that I'm going to teach you how to find it, not just validate it. So a lot of people teach you how to validate it, but what to do once you know you have your body in the right position, what do you do at that point? How do you take it, that skill or that finding with you forever, okay? And as you move forward with your shooting career. One last thing before I dive into how to find it, notice that these are combat effective hits. They're not a small group. When it comes to natural point of aim, it can get you accurate. Accurate in the sense that if I wanted to hit a silhouette in the upper body, I just did, okay? So we're not looking for precision here. Natural point of aim is going to get you accurate, okay? Combat effective shots. So where do we go from here? We want to find the proper body position that allows our body to get these types of hits. Okay, what we're going to start off with is we're going to get in front of a target. It doesn't have to be 7 yards, it can be 3 yards, whatever distance you want. This is dry, okay, so you can do this on a wall, but you want something defined or vertical, or you can even put one, a piece of tape, something, an actual target that you can aim at. That's pretty small, okay? And I'm going to use this paster and simulate like there's a spinal column on this paper target, but you can use anything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in front, position myself in front of the target like I was shooting that target, and I'm going to get my dry gun in my hands. I'm going to look at where I want to hit. I'm going to close my eyes, exactly what I did in the beginning. Close my eyes, open my eyes, and see where I'm at. I'm in front of a target here. I've picked a target that is aligned with a spinal column. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get in my natural stance. Whatever is comfortable here, I'm going to grip my gun. I'm going to look at that target, okay, whatever I want to hit, and I'm going to present my gun with my eyes closed. Right now I'm closing my eyes, I present. Now I open my eyes and see where my sights are. On purpose, so I am looking straight down. Imagine a line straight down this target. I am on purpose changing my natural point of aim so it's on the left. So right now, if you could actually see what I was looking at, my sights are about 3 inches to the left of that center line. 3 inches to the left. Okay, and so that means I don't have my proper natural point of aim because it's off. I wanted to hit the center right in the spine, but I was off. So I'm here, again, just to repeat the process of establishing this here. I'm dry here, I'm going to get my grip, I close my eyes, I present, I open my eyes, whoa, I'm about 3 inches to the left of where I want to be. So that means my natural point of aim is not centered, or is not, I haven't found it yet. So now that I know that my aim is to the left of where I really want my body to aim by itself, what I'm going to do is with my eyes open, you're going to move just your lower body. Do not move your upper body at all, just move your lower body so that your sights are now lined up with the spinal column. Okay, I don't move my upper body whatsoever. At this point, you're going to bring your gun back and just close your eyes, okay? Same thing. I'm now going to present, open my eyes, and right now, like magic, it's right there, dead center on the spinal column, right? Or I drew a line there. If it isn't, just make those micro adjustments. So if you didn't get it in the first, I've done this many times, so I know my natural point of aim, but let's just say now you overdid it, and now you're on the right of the spinal column rather than the left. Now you just make the micro adjustments, get to the center, okay? Then from here, you're going to bring your gun down, close your eyes again, present, open your eyes. Are you centered, or where are you at? And you keep on doing that until you find your natural point of aim. Where the true learning comes, because this exercise is a validation, but it also is now teaching you what your body position should be like in relation to the target. Okay, so what happens here is this: once you're able to get to the point, after as many iterations it takes, once you're able to get to the point where you can close your eyes, present, and now when you open your eyes, you're centered, the learning happens at this point, the most important part, where now you need to understand the relation of your body to the target. Okay, looking at the target is just validation of your natural point of aim, but now you need to understand where are your hips pointing, where are your shoulders pointing, so on and so forth. Okay, for the majority of you, and this is the formal technical definition of establishing a natural point of aim, is that you want your hips to be squared to whatever you want to hit. You want your shoulders to be squared to whatever one you want to hit. Your spine lined up with whatever you want to hit, and your nose and sights lined up, okay? Now your sights will automatically follow if everything is aligned. Shoulders, hips, the spinal column, and your nose. When you present, your sights or your red dot should also be lined up. So this is something you need to consider, where if your skeletal alignment is off, we actually have a student who had some issues with his spine, and when he was doing this exercise, his natural point of aim did not fit the definition of our natural point of aim, but he later found out he actually had some issues with his spine. It's not necessarily straight. So if you don't have any issues with your skeletal alignment, that will get you on target and being very accurate without aiming with your sights. You're aiming with your body. Now this poses some considerations for those who shoot a little bit with a slant in their stance, right? So you need to consider that, where you might not be able to establish this, your natural point of aim. The reality is, if your body is facing here, so this is the target here, okay? You see this target? I'm bladed off pointing here. And if I wanted to hit that, naturally speaking, if I just close my eyes, if I was disoriented, spun around and raised my gun up, it would most likely be here, that steel plate over here. There's a target. So that's something to consider. It's not to say that it's the end of the world or you can't work with being bladed off, but there's some considerations. The whole idea here about natural point of aim is to be able to aim with your body. And I've spoken to cops before too, and people in the military, where if they thought that something was going to happen and they're approaching a potential threat, they're already aiming with their body. Okay, they're already set up and ready to go. So they would be here, have their natural point of aim. So if anything happened in a split second where maybe they wouldn't be able to see their sights or the red dot, okay, they're so close and so fast, they still can get an accurate shot on target. There you guys have it. Natural point of aim is extremely powerful. Showed you different ways to establish the natural point of aim. And remember, the learning happens once you find that natural point of aim. Pay attention to your body in relation to the target. So what you want to do throughout this week, maybe 3 dry fire sessions, establish your natural point of aim, do it consistently, and then you'll be better prepared for live fire exercises. This is something that's not just going to happen overnight, and you want to do it over and over and over and over again, so that's going to be completely ingrained into your subconscious, so that when the time comes, you can present, and your sights are pretty much going to be where you want them to be before you take a shot. I'll see you guys this Thursday for the live fire session. As always, if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys Thursday.